rundown on what you will need to do this recipe. First off, chicken. Then, that is about, give or take, 2 cups of asparagus stir fry, which you can get at any grocery store. I got mine at Walmart. Then what I found is this. It is Ken's Steakhouse ginger sesame marinade with no sodium. Very good stuff. I've enjoyed it a lot with cooking, some of the stuff I cook with. Also, I picked up some Planters cashew pieces in halves with sea salt. It's healthy, healthy. I also have some more sea salt grinder, which I'm going to put some more, a little bit more in. Then I have garlic and onion powder. You can use whatever seasonings you want. Then I also am going to add 1 cup of brown rice. 1 cup of brown rice will go out to about 5 servings of 3/4 of a cup. So that is all you really need to make the stir fry. You can add whatever you want to it. This is just a real basic one, but let's go. Okay, everybody. Chicken prep is going to be easy. What you want to do is take a nice big block of chicken. Usually I get skinless, boneless. There are places like Save A Lot where you can get big bags of breasts or tenders, which are good too. What you want to do is you probably will freeze this, and then you will, when you pull it out, put it in for the microwave to defrost for about 4 minutes. That way you still have the nice hard texture. And then what you're going to do is just start slicing it. Well, depending on how thick you want your chicken, just slice and slice and slice. Depending on if you want to do this or not, you can turn them and slice these pieces into smaller pieces. Like I said, all my recipes are kind of change them how you want. But then what you get is a whole bunch of chicken like this. What you can do is when you cook it in the pan, you should be able to break it up there also. That's that part. Nice, quick, simple, and that's done. Okay, what you want to do is give yourself a 2 count of using extra virgin olive oil. 1, 2, 3. You can use as much as you want. I usually just do like a 1 to 2 count. And pretty much what you're going to do is put your frozen chicken right in there. And what it will do is it will start sizzling and cooking. And this will take it a little time, but what it will do is it will cook it nice and tender, and then what you want to do is make sure it's all cooked so there's no pink. And then you'll be putting that off to the side for a little while. What you can do is while your chicken is cooking on another burner, put your water down, which is 2.5 cups of water to every 1 cup of rice. What you want to do is get that to a rolling nice boil. Dump in your rice, lower the heat, cover it, let it simmer for about 45 minutes until it's tender and the water is absorbed. So what I'm doing here is I'm cooking my chicken. While I'm cooking my chicken, I'm also getting my rice ready. Okay, we add 1 tablespoon of the marinade. That's 1 tablespoon. Then I'll add another 2 into it when I get the vegetables. And what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to stir up the chicken with the marinade. And you can use whatever marinade you really want. I just chose the ginger and sesame because there was, 1, no sodium to it. Okay. Once that's all done, your chicken is done. So you can put that off to the side. And now we'll get the vegetables. Usually with the vegetables, I usually just put them in the microwave for about 2 to 3 minutes. That way they can get warm and a little bit steamed. And then what I do is I'll mix them in with the chicken on a low heat. So they can, and then add 2 more tablespoons of the ginger and sesame marinade to them and mix it all together. Okay, now what you're going to do is put the chicken on about halfway between low and medium, and what you're going to do is add your cashews, if you want to use cashews. That's just another tablespoon. And then mix this concoction together. And once that's done, add your 2 cups of vegetables. I use asparagus because I do like that. Also, you could do any kind of stir fry you like. I prefer this one, but there's a whole bunch of different ones out there. And what you're going to do is just mix it together till you get this nice, pretty red, green, and yellow, because there's squash in this one. There's squash, there's broccoli, cauliflower, bell peppers, carrots, pea snaps, asparagus. What you're going to do is just mix it together a little and let it cook. Let it simmer its juices of the stuff from the vegetables and the marinade. And then what you're going to do is then keep an eye on the rice. And then once it's done, you're going to fluff the rice up with a fork after 45 minutes. And put the chicken on a small bed of the rice. Okay, so what you'll have left after you spoon in about 3/4, so give or take, of rice into each of the little bowls. My suggestion, get these little Ziploc bowls. Eat like 4 or 5 of them. They hold 1 cup. So I had all of them out here, and I cleaned up and had to redo it. I put 1/4 of a cup of rice in, and then spatulated some of the chicken vegetable mix into each bowl. Then if there's any left, I put it between each one, and voila, dinner. You can cook this any way you want. Like I said, my recipes are fairly simple and straightforward. I do hope you all enjoyed this, and I hope to put together another video of one of my recipes.